All right, to this now, the MEC of Community Safety, Security and Liaison in Mpumalanga Jackie Macie has called on parents and community members to work together in ensuring learners to not take weapons and illegal substances to school. Now, this comes after the department, together with various law enforcement officials, raided schools in Masoyi. The schools in question have been identified as problematic by the Department of Education. The MEC joins us now just to talk about this raid. MEC, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Let's start by getting an understanding on just how widespread and prevalent drug use and crime is in schools in the province, and just how bad the situation is in Masoyi.
Good afternoon to your good self, and good afternoon to your viewers at home. Indeed, crime is a big challenge in our school, particularly in the area surrounding Masoyi, Bawaton, and other parts of the province. We have decided as the department to pounce on the school that are identified as hotspot after the Department of Education complained that received numerous complaints from the school itself to say there are children that are having substance, coming with substance in school, like drugs and your merchandise and other things that are not supposed to be part of the school. Therefore, we prioritize the school and make sure that today in the morning we pounce on the school. Then upon the raiding, found that indeed there are drugs, merchandise, knife and pangas, and all these things that are not necessary to be part of the school. They are destructive, and some are bullies. The learners are bullies. So we have saved. What we are excited about with today's raid is that not that we have confiscated all the things that I've mentioned above, is that we saved the life of a learner today, because there is one boy that we discover a knife. We then confiscated the knife to that boy. Then upon him being questioned, he indicated that today he bring the knife to school, has brought the knife to the school, so that after school he's want to fight with the boy that is a bully, bullying him throughout the days of the school.
Yeah.
So we make.
MEC, I would imagine that, just given this raid, that you are really collaborating with other departments, including, of course, the Department of Education, who would have brought you on board. In terms of just looking at the situation on the ground and what you have now uncovered, do you closely then take a look at the policies or the programs that are currently in place at these schools to address crime? I would imagine that given the increase in these crimes and what you also have just been able to thwart this afternoon, there is a need for more collaborated efforts here, especially if you look at just what you have found today.
Of course, there is a huge need that indeed there must be a collaboration of all stakeholders, so that we make education, learning and culture of learning and teaching prevail in our school. A case in point, where upon searching, while we're moving out of the school, after we've done this search and seizure, there are two boys who were moving around, who are not the learners of that particular school. Then we decided randomly to stop and search them. We found out they've got data. They came to the school to sell the data for the children, to the learners there. Then we question them, is where we arrest them. Hence, we are indicating that there is the need of collaboration between parents and all stakeholders, so that the culture of learning and teaching in our school go unhindered.
And I mean, we know that these schools do not operate in isolation. They are within communities where there is really crime in those communities. And we're now seeing that criminals are infiltrating these schools. We've seen, of course, how teachers, principals, even learners are being killed in school properties. Surely there is a need to just reevaluate how schools are protected going forward. I mean, long gone are the days where you had just one caretaker looking after a large area of the school. Surely there should be bigger and better interventions here to protect learners and teachers.
Of course, we have already discussed, taken the matter forward with the relevant department, that is Department of Education, and all stakeholders, because the Department of Education alone cannot fight this battle alone. All of us, we need to put our hands together so that we're able to fight these challenges. Indeed, you are correct to say policies need to be revisited again through the SGB and all necessary bodies that govern the school, all the school, particularly not in Mpumalanga alone, in South Africa in general, because these challenges are all over the country. It's just that Masoyi is being identified as the hotspot, but there are many hotspots that we have already identified and we are going to attend to.
Are there other things from a criminal perspective that you are looking at, MEC, at these particular schools, including GBV cases? We know, of course, not too long ago, about 2 years ago, I think, siblings were raped, young girls at a school in the Northwest Province. So we also understand, of course, there is high prevalence of sexual abuse at some of these schools.
Yes, there are cases there and there, but what is prevalent is the issue of bullying and bringing dagga and this knife and the knives around the school. The issue of GBV and all sort of violence are not that much prevalent where we have search and make a research ourselves. The only problem that we must face now, but all of what we have mentioned, indeed, it's a matter of concern that we need to attend to. But what we must attend to basically is that this particularly the learners who are boys between 12 years, 13 years, 14 to 15 around there, they are the ones that are problematic to school, but they normally fight amongst themselves. We have less incident where they will fight with the girl child in the other girl child in the school, but they normally fight with themselves or fighting with the educators in the school.
MEC, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Of course, that was the department, the MEC for the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison in that province. Of course, also just looking at drug use as well as weapons being brought into schools at that particular province. All right.